Hello, my name is Sarah Ridley. I was with Group 11 in the Tuesday-Thursday portion of BE 1500. My group chose an air quality data set that looked at 5 oxides that are present in the air over a 1-year time span. With these 5 oxides, it was divided into 2 different data sets per oxide. One was for the concentration, one was for the sensor response of the device measuring the concentration. The questions that we wanted to have answered by this, or for the user, was the highest or lowest value within a data set chosen, the average of a data set, any reoccurring values within the data set, or any missing data points, which were notated by a -200 in our data set. First, we had to upload our code. We used XLSRead with that, converted everything to a cell array, formatted it in the fashion that was most desirable to us. For concentrations, the concentrations and sensor responses of these oxides, we assigned each column, which was the entire dataset, to a variable to choose from, which uses switch cases and menus here and assigns the value to dataset. You will see throughout our import code a lot of clear. We have that so we can keep unwanted data out of the workspace, keep it clear from clutter. So if we were debugging, we could clearly see what information we had present for us. How we divided up the work between our teammates or group mates was each one of us took a different data type. So one person took highest value, one person took lowest value, one person did average, one person did reoccurring, one person did the missing data, which was chosen by a menu. Using switch case again, it runs one person's portion of the project, either by calling a script, which is what is done here and here, or by calling a function, done here and here. After the information output was received, you will get asked, do you want to start again? Which is just deleting any open graphs or pop-outs, deleting the workspace and deleting the command window, and then rerunning this main project script. I have already loaded this script in so that I can start showing you results. So I'll start with highest value. Highest value by whatever information you want to use. So I'll choose relative humidity, and it will print to the command window. The highest value for this was 1,479 at 0.8 relative humidity. Want to start again? Yes. And while it's taking time to load this data set again, I wanted to talk about how this project specifically helped me learn MATLAB better. We had 2 users on our team using Macs instead of Windows computers, which created an issue when we were importing in our data set. Well, on the Windows computer, it imported the data as a string. Macs, it converted it to a number before importing into MATLAB. So there were certain portions at the beginning of our import code that would not run on the Mac but could run on the Windows. So we did some extra coding for our Mac users in our group to convert the date from a number to the date format we were using, and had to use extra coding to create a TXT cell array that was the same size as what we had on our Windows computers. So for the next one, lowest value, it will ask for an input in the command window for date, temperature, absolute humidity, or relative humidity. I will choose temperature this time. The result is printed to the window. The lowest concentration was 2.0, and the temperature was 25.4. Want to start again? Yes. For our project, we had missing data points. One person will go through and count the values, how many negative 200 values were in each data set, but each of us in our group or our parts of our projects had to figure out how to remove those values from data sets if they were there, in order to not have a negative 200 obscuring our output and giving us a false output reading. So each one of us did our own method of converting to either NaN or removing it completely from the table, making it an empty cell. So for average, she has multiple different outputs. If you want to see the complete average of the entire data set, that's what this average of concentration would be. This will be a graph of all days of the year, 1 or 0 through, I think there was just a little over 365 days. So this will give you a good idea of what the average was for every single day and connect it. Where there are breaks in the line is where we had a negative 200 value that was either reported as a NaN or completely removed. Within this person's code, they would have a circle back to the beginning of their code if you wanted something else, the average of something else. So I'll say yes. And I'll choose temperature versus humidity. The command window will prompt you to put in a date. So I will put in December 13th of 2004, and it will pop up with a curve fit of relative humidity versus temperature, just so you can see what that would be within a 24-hour period, specifically that day. Again, this will loop back, ask if you want to see a different day, if you wanted to see February 12th instead of December 13th. But for the sake of time, I will say no. And do I want to start again? Yes, I want to start again from the beginning. Again, going with total nitrogen concentration, reoccurring. In this code, it will show you all values within the data set, or you can ask for more specific details. I'm going to click details, temperature, and in the command window, it will prompt you to put in a value between -9 or -1.9 and 44.6. So I'll put in 30.2. So a graph should pop up with the concentration and how many times it occurred. Within this specific temperature and data set I chose, each one of these concentration values only appeared once, which is what each one of these lines is. So that it doesn't really give you a good picture, but it is what it is. With the final part of the project that I'm going to show you, the missing data, it was supposed to go through and count how many negative 200s showed up in each data set, so each one of our columns. But unfortunately, it does not appear that that is what this did. Instead, it will go through the entire data set and add up how many negative 200s was in the entire sheet printed to the command window. Missing data for this particular choice, we only had 9,000 rows. So having 15,613, that's how many negative 200s were in the entire data set. Now that we have gone through the entire project, I'm going to hit no because I am done running all of the results that I have time to show you. Hope you enjoyed this.